Okay. Good morning, you beautiful human beings, guys. Welcome. It is Thursday. This year is closing at a crazy fast rate. I woke up today and I just realized there's a few days left of this year. It's done, finished. 2023, done, dusted, buried, finished, end of story. We're almost at 2024, and I'm super excited for what this year has to come and has to offer us, both as traders, as individuals. And I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. You're watching me right now, wherever in the world you're joining me, massive, massive welcome. Thank you for taking the time out of your holiday to improve yourself, to be present, to understand what's happening in the markets, to better and learn a skill that ultimately nobody can take away from you. So congratulations, give yourself a pat on the back for being here. Wherever in the world, let me know if are you in bed? Are you driving? Hopefully nobody's driving. Are you at the office? Hopefully not at the office either. Hoping you're at the bed, in your bed, nice and comfy, warm. And I trust everybody's having a great festive season. So do please let me know. Big shouts out. I can see we have in the house this morning. We've got Petunia Samuel Pilasiswe in the house. Pilasiswe, I believe, is our winner from yesterday for that $100. I did have some trouble sending it yesterday, but we got through that money to her this morning. I do believe, if I'm the correct and same person. I think it was just 2,800 Rand. She won the $100 question, which was just a quick question for yesterday. So God bless you, my dear sister. Frank is also with us in the house. Okay. So quite a bit to speak about this morning. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it quick. I realized we had quite a long show yesterday as we obviously broke down a few things in the markets together, right? So super simple this morning. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it clean. We're going to keep it tight. Now, I must just also state we had quite a few trades yesterday, specifically on the FX side, that did not go our way. Now, this is part of trading, right? Part of trading can mean a good day. It can mean a bad day. But again, I saw a comment in the Premium Plus group where someone said, hey, the signals for today aren't going great. That's to be expected from time to time, right? And this is two very important things I want everybody to understand. First thing is that we don't get it right 100% of the time. We get it right a lot of the time. When we get it right big. The times we don't get it right, this is where you need risk management, guys. Whenever there's a change of structure in the markets, you're going to get things wrong, right? If something's trending and starts to break across the board, a weaker dollar, stronger dollar, whatever the case may be, you get these changes of structures across the board. And that's to be anticipated. You want to make sure when you're losing small. When you're winning big. Remember, we've just come off a week last week where we made over 7,000 pips. So for me to lose 100 or 200 or 300, even 1,000 pips on a bad day trading, I'm good with that, right? Provided we're making really good trades and having really good weeks, right? Because trading is not determined by today, tomorrow. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about waking up and taking $100 to $1 million. It doesn't happen. It's about building consistently over time, learning a skill, trusting the process, and knowing that you can do 1%, 5%, 10% of your account, whatever the case may be, consistently and reliably. All right, so if you're taking a loss bigger than what you expect, this is an opportunity to go and relook at your risk management, go restudy the risk management section in the academy. That is super important. Okay, so we're hoping to put a potential bad day behind us and look forward into the new day. Now, just on a positive note, right, we had one client yesterday that went and into the 2 million Rand mark, right? So made 2 million Rand yesterday. I won't state your name. Super, super proud of you. Whether you're watching this now or you're watching this later, it is a female trader. So super proud of you entering into that 2 million Rand of profit mark, right? That's not 2 million Rand of deposits. That's actual profit came out the market. And guess where that came from? That came from gold. So that's where we're going to start from this morning, because this trade in particular was also taking advantage of gold, and I'll show you why. So yesterday, I'm going to back it up a bit. We'll touch on the fundamentals really, really quickly in a second. This is gold 15-minute time frame. We spoke about yesterday that initially it seemed like a descending triangle, and that's where Pilasiswe answered that it was a descending triangle, but I later on showed that, hey, looking a little bit closer, we can see that this was a pennant formation. What's pennant formation? As I pointed out into the academy, a pennant formation is essentially where you're able to look at a continuation type pattern, right? That's a pennant formation. So markets ultimately chose that was going to be the ultimate result. However, it wasn't a straightforward win here, right? We received markets pressing up. We got a sharp pullback just after 12 o'clock, a little bit of a bounce back above market price, and then a continuation to the top side. Now, I want to show this to you because I think it's pretty cool, right? Now, this is zoomed in on 5 minute. I'm doing this just so you guys can see a little bit clearer. Right, there's a 5 minute time frame, right? So there's the market signal that said to us, hey, right, little false move, but I am going to go up, right? That's the first market showing us it's going to go up. However, it didn't go up immediately. It first gave us this, right? And what is this? What is the setup, right? Again, it just comes to pure price action. Markets are showing us, right, that at this point in time, there's less buyers in this market, whilst the ceiling remains pretty flat, right? So showing us that, there's more buyers in this market than there are sellers. And it was basically revealing out of the course of the day that, hey, listen, I'm going to look to move to the top side. And this is why, example, a client I mentioned a little bit earlier, was probably able to benefit quite substantially off that bull move, because then we see as soon as that 5 o'clock mark hit, right, gold then pushed up for an additional 150 odd pips per position and hit that market ceiling, made a slight pullback, and then had a continuation once again, right? I messaged everybody that was in gold this morning around about 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm not 100% sure if I messaged you can let me know. But I said at this price level, consider taking some profit, because I was just worried about, this price having hit a multi-high, right, from in terms of price of gold. So what can we expect now over this next day or two, right? So two things we need to understand. The first thing is that we're getting into the last trading days of the year, right, available as a whole. So we have basically tomorrow market volumes are basically going to fizzle out. And then we have the first, which is a Monday, and that's a public holiday pretty much around the world. So between today and tomorrow, market volumes are going to start dropping. That's potentially why we saw a little bit of a bad trading day yesterday. So we're going to be a little bit more cautious from a signals perspective, right? In terms of what we issue, because there's just not enough volume in the market to carry some of these predictable moves that we generally have really good time and really high accuracy on our signals for. We're not seeing that same kind of volume pick up those moves and run with them, right? So that's the first thing. So we're going to be a little bit more cautious. There will still be signals, there'll still be trade setup sent, but we're going to be a little bit more cautious. Having a look at Bitcoin, right? I spoke about yesterday morning. This was Bitcoin making that retracement yesterday morning at the point of our live broadcast that we were together yesterday. Bitcoin was kind of sitting right. Let's have a look there. We were, just want to quickly zoom out and just double check where we were. So we were around about here yesterday. Bitcoin made a little bit of a push down to that 61.8 mark, right? That fib level, and was sitting there, and I was hoping for a deeper push to be able to issue this as a buy, right? Because again, by the time we were live, we were sitting and floating somewhere around about here, right? In terms of price, right? I'll zoom out so you guys can see really quickly, 15 minutes. So by the time we were live, we were sitting somewhere around about there. And I really wanted Bitcoin to just make that further press down. If you missed yesterday's live session, you can always go and rewatch, right? If you're brand new to the community and you want to figure out how to navigate the markets, how to navigate our platform, right? Super simple. All you want to go ahead and do is go back into our community area, go back to the calendar, right? And in the calendar itself, go to yesterday and pounds for breakfast, and you'll be able to access the link, right? So if you access that link, it's literally going to go ahead and open up yesterday's broadcast that you can go ahead and have a look at what's happening in the market, right? The whole teaching about how the markets, how the platform works, and a bit of an analysis on Bitcoin in case you missed it, right? If you didn't miss it, then this is where we were talking about Bitcoin yesterday. And instead of making that further dip into a deeper retracement level, it didn't, and ultimately took off. So I would have liked to have issued out a buy. I would have liked if Bitcoin just made an attempt for that 41,187 mark, 41,163 mark, around about there, but didn't quite, just immediately turn around basically after our show and basically took off towards the sky. Now, we have a few things we are monitoring this morning. We are paying quite a bit of attention to everything. I'm looking at some of the volumes that have come in on US30. I'm looking at some of the volumes that have come in on NASDAQ. And some of these volumes are starting to slow down, right? We're seeing decent volume still for yesterday, but I do expect that we can see some slowdown today. Now, there's a very big caveat with what I've just said, right? And that is the following. If you have a look at last year, December, right? Specifically the last day of December, the first day of January, we saw some big price action moves. We saw some big market structure breaks. We saw some change of massive long-term structures that the markets were using to trade over a year or 2 years. Right, so as much as I say volumes will slow down, we are still going to keep our eyes on the market like a hawk for potential big structural changes. Now, this happens because of two reasons, right? First reason being is a lot of companies, right, rebalance their finances, change and settle debts, move money around from an investment perspective prior to the close of the year, right? There's two big times we see money shifts. It's prior to the close on the first, and then prior to the close of the first quarter, right? On the close of the first quarter, most companies are then reporting their year-end financials, right? So at the close of January, February, March, at the end of March, that close, we see some big market shifts. And again, right now, in this next few days, we see some big market shifts. So we're going to keep a close eye. For those of you who don't know why companies move around a big bunch of money, maybe just ask someone who works for a larger entity in finance, why would they reshuffle money that has not been spent into areas that can be spent and vice versa? They've got budgets, they've got books that they have to balance, right? And we start to see a bunch of rebalancing, and a lot of that rebalancing happens in the markets itself. They may have, offset some of their risk into gold, into government bonds, into indices, into index traded funds. And that might no longer be necessary. They'll move some money around. So that can change things quite a bit. So that's why we keep our eyes on the market. We're going to be doing the exact same thing over today and tomorrow. However, we are going to be doing it at a little bit more of a cautious pace. Now, remember, everything we've built in terms of the platform, in terms of the community, is all in preparation for next year, right? Everything we've built, the signal service, the live broadcasts, the community itself, the education, all of these items are in preparation for 2024. So if you're in early, great, congratulations to you. But we're really going to start to kick things off and really pick things up a few gears as we move into 2024. We've got some new staff that are joining the team to completely just make it a far more robust and reliable service. We're starting to extend some of the support hours to after hours. At the moment, once it hits 6 p.m. in the evening, our team is allowed to knock off and, take it easy. We are going to have a night shift that's going to be there to support you. If you're trading in the evenings, you need some assistance, you have some problem with your accounts, with MT4, whatever, that'll become available to you. In addition to that, over this week, and probably only when we resumed activities on the 3rd of January, I will then be releasing the new 2024 trading templates, indicators, and set for MT4, right? Now, you want to be a Premium Plus member in order to gain access to that. So that's my charts, my tools, my analysis, everything that you see on my charts that I use to analyze, you'll receive an exact same copy. Color schemes, everything all together, right? Indicator, color setups, etc. So if you want to be part of Premium Plus, link is down below. And most importantly, guys, if you haven't opened up your TDM live accounts, you want to go ahead and do that, right? To get a true STP account that will allow for market volatility and swings is an absolute must. It's like driving. It's a Lamborghini of trading, right? If you look at these local brokers with their A books and their B books and their hybrid models, you never know is there conflict of interest. With an STP account, when you get into that vehicle, you're sitting in quality, you're sitting in a conflict of interest free zone, you're sitting in the most ethical way and relationship between a client and a broker. If you want to better understand that, go into the classroom area, and you'll see there's a Q&A with myself and the CEO of TD Markets that you're going to meet tomorrow, and you can just discuss and learn a little bit more about brokers in South Africa, around the world, and why an STP model is so important for the ethics of trading overall. All right, so you're welcome to jump in and listen to that. Megan's in the house. I see Joseph's in the house, and Frank obviously joined us a little bit late. Congratulations to all. So again, we are going to be taking it a little bit easier, but again, we are going to continue to watch the market. I'm super, super excited for 2024 more than anything. I hope you are too. If you're here, if you're watching me right now, share the love. Share this with somebody that you know may need to see this, who may need the community. Again, it's free. You're welcome to share this with anybody that you feel may benefit from what we do here for free. Outside of that, guys, you know the drill. Be safe, trade safe, and until I see you all a little bit later, goodbye.